It is one of the most sensational criminal cases in the country. Lyle and Eric Melendez, the brothers accused of murdering their rich parents in Beverly Hills.
It's not supposed to happen in Beverly Hills. A movie executive and his wife were brutally slain in their million-dollar mansion.
Not many Hollywood murder mysteries ever took a more dramatic turn.
The bizarre twist to a sensational California murder.
Oh, come on, they're so adorable. They are too fine to go to prison. Whoa!
Tom, we've just heard only seconds ago that the verdict is life without parole for both Melendez brothers.
The Melendez brothers' case remains one of the most talked about legal stories in recent history. But what exactly happened that night? Why did these young men, seemingly living the high life, commit such a heinous crime? And why, more than 35 years after the murders, does this story still captivate public attention? The release of a Netflix documentary has reignited these questions and led to renewed calls for justice, with many now advocating for the brothers' freedom. This is the story of Eric and Lyle Melendez.
What's the problem?
Someone killed my parents.
Pardon me?
Someone killed
What? Who?
It begins with this call, made in 1989 to police after a grisly murder took place in their upmarket Beverly Hills mansion in Los Angeles.
Were they shot?
Yes.
They were shot?
Yes.
Jose, a wealthy entertainment executive, and Mary Louise, known as Kitty, a former high school teacher, were found shot dead in their home. The idyllic, aspirational neighborhood just miles away from Hollywood turned into a crime scene that shocked the world. Their sons, Lyle and Eric, initially appeared to be grieving, but something didn't add up. For months, the brothers acted as if nothing had happened, even going on shopping sprees and spending their family's fortune. But soon, the truth would emerge. In a shocking twist, 7 months later, the brothers were arrested for the murder of their parents. 3 years later, their murder trial would begin. It was televised and highly publicized. When it came to the defense presenting their argument, testimonies from experts, family members, and the brothers themselves would change the way people viewed the case.
Dad said he would kill me if I ever told anyone, and he was serious. He did what he wanted to me, and I couldn't stop that. And I wanted to, but I couldn't. I don't know why.
Where did you shoot her?
The street store, I shot her close. I just told him that I didn't want to do this. And that it hurt me.
The brothers claimed that years of abuse, both physical and sexual, at the hands of their father and enabled by their mother, had driven them to kill in self-defense. The trial lasted 14 weeks and split public opinion. Some believed the brothers' story, others sided with the prosecution, who claimed the motive was greed, as the brothers stood to inherit $14 million. The jury took an entire month to deliberate, but remained deadlocked. A mistrial was declared. By the following year, the brothers were back in court again for a second trial. But this trial would be very different. There would be no TV access for starters, nor would the court allow any family or expert witness evidence to be presented. Where the previous trial allowed for the jury to consider the softer verdict of manslaughter, this time the only options for them were murder or no conviction. There was also the added issue that the brothers would be re-entering the court just days after O.J. Simpson was acquitted for murder. Dubbed the trial of the century, this case left a sour taste in the mouths of some who felt celebrity influence impacted fairness in legal proceedings.
Remember these words. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Orenthal James Simpson not guilty of the crime of murder.
Thus, in what the Melendez brothers' legal team characterized as a backlash, it took the jury in the second trial less than a week to reach their verdict. The brothers were found guilty of first-degree murder of their parents. They were sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Everyone asks why we kill our parents. Maybe now people can understand the truth.
Fast forward to more recent times, and new attention has been placed on their case, particularly with the release of the Netflix The Melendez Brothers documentary.
My name is Eric Melendez. My name is Lyle Melendez, calling you from Donovan Correctional Facility.
The documentary delves deep into the brothers' lives, their trauma, and the dark family secrets that shaped their fate. The documentary has sparked renewed debate. Some now question the fairness of the original trial and whether the Melendez brothers received the justice they deserved. Was their punishment too harsh given the circumstances, or were they merely following a twisted pattern of behavior rooted in their abuse?
When people listen to this story, to this kind of stories, and especially what looks like or looked like a perfect family, you know, with money, with everything you could wish, and then you understand what really happened, or what these brothers say that really happened inside that household. Your mind changes, and it blows your mind in some way, because that could be happening maybe next to you. And I think that's very compelling. That hooks the people a lot. And also listen to these grown men. They are more than 50 years old, both of them. And I think to listen those stories from their childhood, it's also very, very shocking. And I think people get hooked with this kind of stories.
Former LA District Attorney George Gascon set wheels in motion to review their convictions before he left the role in December. He recommended giving the brothers a revised sentence of 50 years to life, which would make them immediately eligible for youth parole because they were less than 26 years old when they killed their parents. But in a setback to the brothers, the new DA, Nathan Hochman, a Republican turned independent, has differing views to his predecessor, Mr. Gascon, a Democrat known for his particularly progressive views. The trial was set for the end of January, but it was pushed back again to March due to the California wildfires. For 35 years, this story has stirred controversy, fractured public opinion, and haunted the collective conscience. Whatever lies ahead for the brothers, their case has forced society to confront how alleged child sexual abuse is handled, and it may have changed the narrative about male victims of sexual abuse forever.